Go! Would drop a bunch of I start stream or start the run rather. What are you gonna do? Boom. Alright, so for this category, trying to beat the game as quickly as possible while Pokey is in party instead of Ness. So our chosen four are our chosen three boys and a girl. The prophecy as foretold has changed a little bit. Instead of Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh, Paula, Jeff, Pooh, and your neighbor Pokey usually serves as one of the main antagonists. First thing you have to do in this category, actually reset the game as soon as your speedrun file, if you will, makes a save. Ness hops out of bed. You have to reset the game right there and load in your third save file. I'm going to be taking advantage of save files on the cart for this. But that third save file, that glitch we just did is called a stairs glitch. And the next time I load in my speedrun file, or any of the files, but we're going to be loading in the speedrun file, it's actually going to teleport me all the way over to that staircase. Going on there is when you get a game over on the staircase, the next thing the game was trying to do is actually teleport you over just a little bit, so that you're centered on that staircase. The staircases in EarthBound are much more complicated. Look like it's actually going to center you onto a sort of a railway while you're on the stairs. I'll lock you into place on that railway. When we get the game over, the game over message interrupts the game, moving us onto the staircase, locking us into place. And normally, you move a very little amount of distance. However, when you load in your speedrun file, the game still thinks it has to lock you onto that staircase. So it's going to move you over to those stairs, not realizing that it's actually quite a big jump for you. End up using that to teleport quite a big distance. Then when Ness walks through that doorway, he apparently just gets abducted and erased from the timeline. We're not going to see him for the rest of the run. We've already gotten rid of Ness. Never going to join the party again. A couple of things we have to do before we get Pokey in the party to take his place. That is one of the next things. Now, if my description of how the stairs glitch works doesn't quite explain it too well, we're gonna see it plenty throughout the run. There'll be plenty of chances to kind of explain it a little bit better. We'll be doing different versions of stairs glitch. Be very, very different things. Ooh, boop. So Jeff can go out of bounds too. Be here and save the game. There we go. And then we're going to use the second version of the stairs glitch. We're going to use the save file that's set up in Summers. We're going to try to do the same thing. We're going to get a game over while we're standing on a staircase. But the slight difference here is we're not going to get a game over on the edge of a staircase. We're going to be right in the middle of the staircase. The game doesn't have to move us over to the stairs. We're already on them. So rather than teleporting us, this version of the stairs glitch is going to let us walk out of bounds. Because when you're actually walking up and down staircases, the game turns off, basically the game turns off collision detection with walls. And since we never get off the staircase, walls still don't really mean anything to us. Walk from one drugstore all the way over here, Bonnet, drugstore and Bonnet. Grab the town map. Now, being able to go out of bounds in EarthBound is a big deal, because there's actually only one map file in the entire game. There's not like a world map and then an interior map or anything like that. No, everything is one map file. So all the caves, stores, houses, everything, the whole game. So if you're able to walk out of bounds, you can go anywhere you want to in the game just by walking in a straight line, provided you know what the world map looks like. The issue, as you can see, in that first trip out of bounds, is spend a lot of that time just walking through the void. And if you can't see something, you can't really interact with it. A couple of exceptions. That's where the town map's going to come into play, and I'm going to show you rather than tell you how the town map works. We just have to go out of bounds again. We're going to head back up to Ness's house. Missed a split. We're going to head back up to Ness's house to pick up Pokey. Pokey. Okay. So you'll hear the music change. They walk through different areas. There we go. I'm listening for the meteorite crashing by Ness's house. Because then I know I'm in Ness's house, which is on the town map. When I open and close the town map, it forces the game to clear out the graphics, the tiles that it has in memory. I open it. When I close the map, it loads in the graphics for whichever room I happen to be standing in, as far as the tilesets go. That's opening and closing the town map is what loads Ness's house into memory, so I can actually walk through the door, get back in bounds, if you will. Dang nabbit. Oh, hey, I snuck up on him. Nice. Oh my gosh, the encounters are bad today. I could try despawning them, but I end up retreating so far away. There's usually something there, so we just will take it. head back home and continue the story as normal, right? Here's Snake. Oh my gosh. Too many cookies. Y'all... Oh my gosh. Can y'all leave me alone, please? Way too many enemies. God. I can't believe how many encounters I'm running into here. Please! You. Goodness gracious. Usually if it's a lot of crows spawning, don't bother me. I can get around the crows easily. Snakes aren't a big deal. That everything that spawned was a dog, basically. They want to fight one crow to pick up a cookie. There's our good friend Pokey. Not yet bent on destroying the universe. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. How is it really gonna put it? Oh, basically Tracy. So this is the phone call I've been waiting for from our dad, Ness's dad, really. Now that I've gotten this phone call, I can save the game anywhere I want to, provided I'm at a phone. Before I leave, though, I'm going to walk outside, unlock the teleport to a net that I'm going to take advantage of later, and there is still a dog there. Goodness. What did I do, man? It was a little bit over a minute to all the encounter. Done, reset, split. And we're headed out of bounds again. This time we're going to head to the Dusty Dunes Desert. We have a long checklist of things to do in here and our first boss fight. One of which is to actually get Sunstroke on Jeff on our speedrun file. Just like our two stairs glitch files have characters with Sunstroke, we need that on Jeff, this situation as well. So putting the map there, I almost walked through the door, loads in the graphics for that dilapidated shack. That shares a tile set with this room here in the Dusty Dunes Desert. now that we're here, we can walk around the desert until we get sunstroke. Not just gonna be sitting around waiting, and there are actually a lot of different items hidden here. Three in particular I'm gonna go after. Wow. Counter rate is excellent today. There we go. Once we get past this rock, I've never seen any enemies come this close to the road. I still don't have sunstroke though, and I really cannot continue to run until I get it. Any time now, guys. Come on. Come on. Actually, I'm a little bit beat up from all the encounters, so getting it a little bit later isn't the worst thing. I do have to get it though. Oh shoot. I want to pick up some levels for the first boss fight. That's not the worst thing in the world. I do still need sunshine. There we go. I do a little bit of shopping. By 4 calories 6, because they're cheap, and at this early level, they are full heal. And we're going to be walking around with the sunstroke for quite a while. Waiting for now is for Jeff to hit critical hit points, and then we can go on our way. There we go. Save, reset, split. Still a gold split, even with the encounter. And we're gonna need to save file in 3 again. Where I'm actually trying to get to is the department store in Tucson. But that's a very long walk from even the drugstore that's in the desert. It's a pretty long walk from this graveyard in Threed, however, it's not that long of a walk at all. Should be okay. Yeah. So, I forgot to explain, this version of the stairs glitch is going to work a little bit differently. You use the stairs glitch in Threed. As I was explaining earlier, the game is trying to move you onto that staircase and lock you into place, which is exactly what it does. So when I'm on those stairs there in the basement, I can't actually walk out of bounds. That's what I needed Sunstroke for. When the message appears about telling you about your low health, if you can get that text box to appear while you're standing on the top step, the game just skips over the part where it's supposed to lock you onto the staircase, and that's how you're able to walk out of bounds from. Now, while you're walking around out of bounds in a stairs glitch, you can't talk to vendors or any kind of NPC. I have to take the escalator up. Or to get myself back in bounds, air quote. And unfortunately, I'm gonna have to wait for critical hit points again. He leveled up quite a bit off of that mole by accident. It's gonna be a little bit of a wait again. But when you have higher maximum hit points, your critical hit point threshold also increases. Shouldn't have to wait too long. I'm trying to figure out what the number is. May not have gone up yet. There we go. Yeah, 7. That's good. Save, reset. Gonna do the same thing all over again. Use the file in 3 and go out of bounds in the basement. This time it's less about repositioning, because the basement in 3 is actually further away from where I want to go. However, where I'm trying to go is Dungeon Man, and Dungeon Man obviously is not on a town map, so I can't go there and open up the map to make the graphics load in. Down there. However, that basement, I got hooked up on the tree, so we gotta do it again. That basement in 3 shares a tile set with Dungeon Man. So as long as I don't open the map, I can walk out of bounds from the 3 basement to Dungeon Man. It's the same thing with the Starman base when we go there later. That on the same set of graphics are the graphics for the Starman. Still didn't get here in time. Quick. There we go. You see, that movement isn't frame perfect or anything, but if it doesn't go the way that I like it, got to adjust my movement a little bit. Hope I didn't. I'm just gonna walk out into the void here a little bit. After the next music change, we'll soon we're gonna. Yep, here we go. Here's Dungeon Man. Up, down. I gotta keep track of my. Oh yeah, we got. Forgot we had leveled up quite a bit. They're making their way on this submarine down to deep darkness. We're going to actually skip most of deep darkness. Oh no. Oh, I thought the game soft locked for a second. Okay. It does feel like it's moving slow. Let's go. Jeez. Okay. It's not. It's just all in my head. But go. Me skipping most of Deep Darkness. Main reason why we take the submarine is to unlock the teleport to Deep. We'll be coming back here quite a bit to do some shopping. Bum 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 bum. Ow! I guess I didn't. I guess I didn't use it. Oh. Yeah, multi-bottle rocket. Look, buddy. And now we're just gonna go back and save. But that's gonna get us through our first boss fight against Master Barf. And when you defeat Master Barf, Pooh shows up at the last second to save everybody. And he'll join the party at that point. Gotta get over there. Save, reset. And we're not gonna use 3 this time. Because I don't wanna move from where I am. Just need to be able to get out of bounds. Notice I've still got about 400 bucks on me. I could have bought another super bomb. The money route in this category is very, very tight. And because we skip a very big ticket item in Deep Darkness, it's just not worth our time to go and get it. Oh my gosh, killing me. Usually I end up having to use 1 or 2 of those cookies, and have to today because of the and we're gonna pick up, we're gonna save the game. So with the extra levels and the teddy bear, we should be okay. But in order to know for sure, I'll get through this fight. A couple more I have now. Be walking through the darkness here. Deep Darkness, as you can see, is very aptly named. You're supposed to pick up an item called the Hawkeye that you can see in the darkness here. But skipped over that. We're not going to be here for very long. Little trip from the end, basically. I stopped counting by from the end to the boss fight is not very bad at all. If I get a really good damage roll, I can one-shot this boss. Barf has a chance to use a multiple hit attack, which is why I grabbed the teddy bear. Ended up not needing it because I got good RNG. Without the teddy bear, and without any kind of EXP, that's like a 1 in 6 shot to get through that fight, in my experience. Teddy bear makes it about little bit better than 50-50. And what usually happens if I'm level 1 and I have the teddy bear is Barf swings at me. There's a 30% chance the teddy bear won't do its job. That's what ends up happening on the first round. And I fight him again, and I one-shot him, and then I didn't need a teddy bear for that fight either. That's what usually ends up happening, but whenever I come without the teddy bear, I'm here for a solid 10-15 minutes trying to get through that fight. Wow, 30 minutes even. You can see the time saved there just in that split. Not going to get the teddy bear one time. Now Pooh's joined the party. We're gonna head with some sandwiches and Winters. Some skip sandwiches. We're gonna use over the course of the whole run. Probably not gonna use them all. Because again, I need to use that out of bounds trick in Threed one more time. So I need Jeff to hit critical hit point. See, he just leveled up. Got tons of EXP in that last fight. So we got a little bit of a problem in that he has a ton of hit points to chomp through. So even though using the skip sandwich would let me walk around faster, it doesn't end up saving me any time in the speed run in this purpose. Because I'm gonna have to wait for Jeff's hit points to get lower anyway. I'm gonna use one skip sandwich. Not on this trip, on the next trip. Is a pretty long one. Because if I use more than that, I'm gonna be waiting way too long for hit points to tick off. Before we get into any of that, I forget an important step. I need to go talk to Paula and get the Franklin badge. Before I can have any chance of saving her. And this is a good time. I don't think I talked about it earlier. Talking about I was talking about RNG probably. But there's a flag that the game can set. There's basically an on-off switch as far as random enemy spawns go. Because there aren't random encounters in EarthBound. You'll just see enemies spawn on the screen and you can react as you deem fit. But there's an on-off switch for enemy spawns that the game will flip at from time to time. And since Pokey's out here waiting to ambush us, the game doesn't want us to skip over this fight. So it switches off random enemy spawns, and it switches off damage over time effects. Basically forcing us to get into that fight. There's no way we would be able to death warp around it or anything like that. Set. But the game doesn't count on us having Pooh in the party, so we could teleport. And the game doesn't turn enemy spawns back on until we fight Pokey. So from now till the end of the game, I don't have to worry about running into encounters. There are a couple of other things that will turn the switch back on, one of which is riding the submarine, like we just did not too long ago, which is why we do that pretty early on. And another one of which is the cutscene at the end of Magic Hand, which we are going to see. But at that point, we'll be able to use the stairs glitch to skip over any encounters that are left in the speedrun. Now, we want to actually go save Paula now, which is a lot more complicated than you might think. Room I actually want to go to is literally one room north of the Winter's Drugstore. The rooms are neighbors on the world map. But the Happy Happy Village is not on the town map. So I can't just walk up one room and open and close the map. There's no map to open. So in order to go over there, I've got to go southwest here quite a bit. Till I find someplace I can open a map. And this isn't actually the room I want. That just lets me know I need to turn. And from here, I'm going to head all the way back to the Winter's Drugstore. And head north. But you can see that the tile sets changed. The graphics that are loaded in are different. So now the big mansion that Happy is still using as a base is actually loaded into memory, as long as they don't open the map or anything. And you'll hear us walk back through Summers, I think on a... Yeah. Oh, nope, that's just a short little trip. But you'll hear the Summers music in a second. And we'll probably step through the Winter's Drugstore. You just won't be able to see it. Bump, bump. Yep. Oh. They basically just did a big circle. But it lets us skip all of the fights against Carpenter's cronies. Ooh, low damage roll. He should take himself out. Aw, rip the teddy bear. Usually he'll take himself out with his own lightning attack, but he didn't hit Pooh. That'll do. He's not very tough. Jeff can solo him even at level 1, no big deal. The problem is Jeff can't get through the fights in the rest of the base by himself. Carpenter himself is pretty easy. Bump. Oh, I missed the split. I was like, how am I behind on this split already? Alright, let's go get Paula. Again, the enemy switch is still turned off. Getting Paula is not going to turn it back on. Because the game isn't expecting to have to turn enemy spawns back on at this point. Should be no crows. Oh, we gotta remember to do photo skip. Photo skip after the cabin. I'm gonna get another teddy bear here. Paul joins the party, unfortunately at level 1. So here's photo skip, by the way. You're gonna go out the back of the cabin. Go out the bottom, the photographer will show up and give a bunch of time. As I was saying, Paula's level 1. I have to hope for a little bit of RNG in this boss fight. If she dies in this boss fight, it's no big deal. It doesn't kill the run or anything like that. It's just gonna make the Gygas fight go a little bit longer and be that much more RNG dependent. Won't matter in the long run. Things will just go much more smoothly if Paula doesn't die in this. And now we get to talk about money. Anyway, let's talk about money. Unfortunately, in this category, we're not going to get a whole lot of money, though. You defeat enemies in EarthBound, they don't drop cash. What happens is Ness's dad will deposit money into his bank account for you to use. And Ness is not in the party, and Ness has his debit card. So we can't use the ATM to get money, withdraw money from the account. That shady dude we just talked to, he can get money out of the account for us, but he charges us literally a 100% fee to do so. So if you want to withdraw $500, he'll get you your $500, but you're gonna have to pay him $500 to do so. We're literally gonna get access to exactly half of the money that we earn over the course of this speedrun. At least the money we earn through fighting. We're gonna pick up a couple of extra items, as you'll see, to get us some other cash to work with. Now I'm just gonna wait for Jeff to hit lower hit points here. I think his number's around 25 or 30. Not too far away. But this is why I only used one skip sandwich before, even on that long out-of-bounds trip. I'd get here with 50 or 60 hit points and would just be stuck here waiting quite a long time. There we go. Save the game, and this is the last time we're going to use this 3D file to go out of bounds. And we're only using this again. It's not really closer to where I want to go, but it loads in the correct graphics, correct tile set that we want. On the tree. Good. Nice. Link. Punk. Down, hit back up. Perfect. Second part of the trick. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, come on. Fast now. Feel the sunstroke finally. Some food at Paula. And now I'm gonna get the. Oh yeah, got all my big skips. Again, don't open the map. Change again, and then we'll. Now we're in the Starman base. Now, if he opens with Starstorm, I should be able to finish the fight, but one or two people are going to die, and that's going to be not a big deal. It's just going to be something to keep in mind for later. Good. You might be able to get him in one round. I need a good damage roll here. I got one. Nice. So everybody gets EXP. Most importantly, Paul is getting EXP. We're going to have, I think it's about a minute and a half of leveling up here. In Pajama Percent, this category is 2.5, maybe 3 minutes of level up text. Poor Jeff never gets the cool level up music, or level up noise, because he never learns any PK abilities. Poor guy. Oh. A little bit harder to see where I'm going on my TV right now. Placing it this evening, hopefully. But the entire connection for where you would plug in your coaxial cable is just coming out of the TV. The screen is very, very, very fuzzy. So that screen in particular is a real pain in the neck right now. Grab our exit mouse and take it to the last cave we walked through. It's actually in Happy Happy Village. It makes sense. Don't think about it too much. I'm not even going to try to teleport Alpha because I got it. I've literally gotten it once. But this is where I wanted to teleport to Annette for. Normally I'd have to go out of bounds in order to go back to Onett to get to the library. But this category can actually unlock the teleport. Library. Out of bounds or nothing. Go shopping, right? Yes. Need to go shopping for the next boss. Oh, she got in the way. I don't even think the teleport alpha at Bay Village, I don't even think it's faster because you have to move so far away to get into position for. And we gotta go shopping and we gotta go talk to shady ATM guy. You can thread the needle through there to get through the gap and get so that you crash your teleport into ATM guy. But you don't have a whole lot of room to work at. Like, it's not just a straight line from him to that. Oh. So I'm gonna buy one multi-bottle rocket for the next boss. Usually you want to bring 2 multi-bottle rockets for the next boss, but I don't have the cash, so I'm gonna save the second multi-bottle rocket and use super bombs and other small ammunition to get through the boss. What am I stuck on? Chat, chat, whisper, whisper. Boop. Ba-ba-da-ba-bum. Boom. Fuzzy pickles. Now, if you actually roll the credit, you can roll the credits even without Ness. If you do the speedrun route, it's harder to do because you're not gonna have access to teleport, and you can't save the game at the end of the end of the game. That sentence worked out well. You can start the credit sequence, as long as you're not using the speedrun route, and we're using. But if you were to watch the credits, any pictures that you do take, Ness won't be in them, but Pokey will. The game will account for it. Where are my skip sandwiches? Not much to talk about here. Enemies to worry about. On through, I guess. Just want to make sure you get an item, get this item over here before you fight the boss, and actually equip it. Man, is equipping it important, let me tell you. Twice now in the past month, I've grabbed this and just never put it on Pokey, never put it on Jeff, and wondered why my RNG was so brutally horrible. When it wasn't RNG at all, I'm just an idiot. Very important that you put that on. It's the big stuff. Nice damage roll. Oh. Almost. Almost had enough damage. Bottle rocket. That should do it. Alright, so not a big deal that Paula fell down. It's a lot of EXP. She is going to miss out on a fair amount of EXP. But it's okay. It doesn't mean you have to stop the run or anything like that. If Paula misses like 2 or 3 boss fights, you might have an issue. And even then, you can make up that EXP right before the Gygas fight if things are really desperate. If she's still level 1 at Gygas, for example, that might be something to consider. But her going down there is not going to kill the run or anything like that. Just gonna add a couple of turns to the Gygas fight, which is not ideal. And even if she missed the EXP, that means Jeff got more EXP, which means his multi-bottle rockets should be even a little bit better on Gygas. So it's not like it doesn't. We get a little something out of it. It's not a complete loss. So our next stop is Magic Hand. Normally to get to Magic Hand, you have to find all 8 sanctuaries, and then Ness has a dream, if you will, of being in Magic Hand, and he goes through that entire section of the game by himself, which obviously can be a little bit challenging, even if you're pretty high level. It can throw some stuff at you. But we're gonna go to Magic Hand. Obviously, we don't have Ness, so that wouldn't work out anyway if we went and got all the sanctuaries. But we're gonna be able to bring our whole party to Magic Hand, which is gonna make it much safer place to be in. Also, guys, I'm not deceiving you. Everybody hasn't shrunk down in size. The fact is that the underworld is so big, and it looks like everybody's really tiny. Except for Pokey. Not because Pokey's a giant, but because Pokey doesn't have sprites for being in the underworld. Oh, I got it! I got through the trees! I don't usually get that one. Nice. Alright. Let me check gear. I need to move to Franklin Badge. Who's got that? Alright. Franklin Badge, Sea Pendant on. Rabbit's Foot on. Good. Good to go as far as... Gonna head back to Winters. And we're gonna go out of bounds, but not in the drugstore this time. Just gonna stop by to pick up some skip sandwiches. But I had a little bit more cash on me. Keep forgetting to lay off one of the super bombs. Oh, I had subbed as French spray. That's right. Okay. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, come on. Around. So we're going to save the game here and go out of bounds. Because you don't really need a whole lot of tiles in the tile set for the tents. The tents actually share a tile set with some of Magic Hand. So I'll be able to walk from that tent right into Magic Hand, skipping the cutscene you normally need to watch to get in there, and letting you keep your whole party. Just skip sandwich to get there. I'm gonna walk through it, or we're gonna walk past the tunnel here in a second. There we go. Going. I'm gonna walk basically right by a present here. Now we're in Magic Hand. And again, the most important thing is that we skip the cutscene. You have to watch before you go to Magic Hand. So the switch for random enemy encounters is still turned off. Don't have to worry about any encounters in this part. Now the Krakens are still out in the next part of the map. There are strategies to get around them too, but I'm counting on at least running in. Happens. Usually the first one refuses to cooperate. Yeah, he's not gonna move. He never moves. I need him to go. Never, ever, ever, does he want to go in that bottom right corner. What are you doing? Bottle rocket? I'm out. Dang, it's work. But not the multi-bottle rocket. You need that for Ness's nightmare. Freeze him, freeze him, freeze him. Dang it. Good. He didn't throw out any damage. That's good. Yeah, I got some bad damage rolls on the first round, so... Oh yeah, because Paul's a little bit behind, too. Man, this Kraken is not blowing his fire breath. That's good. Thank goodness. Okay. It's not that the Krakens are so dangerous. You can take them down, but... The real problem is in this route, we don't have any resurrection items. The only way I can res somebody is with Pooh's spell. Costs 20 psychic points, and you can see he's not close to that right now. And it may resurrect somebody. There's not a guarantee that that spell resurrects Kraken. Not in a great... That's not ideal. Come on. Right, actually, hold on. You're pretty... I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Come here. Will you move? You won't move. Get... He's stuck. Oh, great. What a pain in the neck. It's his third Kraken. Come on. There you go. No. Oh, brother. That's not great. I don't know how I'm gonna get around him. Here we go. No! Stay away! Sheesh. I'm gonna be about a minute behind on this split, I think. Those Krakens did not want to cooperate. They were not having it. So from this point, there's actually 2 or 3 minutes of text to mash through. Including a ton of level up text for Ness. Magicant exists in the mind of Ness, so when you conquer Magicant, Ness gets a huge chunk of EXP, like 200,000 experience points, and Ness is level 1. So that's a lot of EXP for him. Plus there's all the level up text from the 8 sanctuaries that we're gonna get here. I'm sorry, not Ness, but Pokey. But not really, though. Hmm. 8, 9. He's gonna get the level 35. I don't know if I mentioned the exact level. He's gonna get the level 35. Might be more like a minute and a half time loss here. Those Krakens were ruthless today. Like I said, still got through the Kraken fight. Not an issue. But it took I think it took 2 extra turns, just because Paula was a little bit behind in EXP. And Pooh decided he didn't want to roll a high damage roll either, so... There's a cutscene after all this text. I'm gonna go turn up. Still not done. The text box. And there's one more text box. When? Middle of February and it's warm and humid. So what actually happens there is, normally this is when you get all your party members back, but the game isn't programmed to say, make a party of Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh. The game assumes you're gonna have Ness, so the coding is add Paula, add Jeff, add Pooh. So we still don't have Ness. Gotta go get this, and I walk over here real quick. Still got our alternate timeline party here. Pokey does absolutely nothing in fights, but I'm not sure if you've noticed that. I have no control over Pokey because he's a guest party member, and I'm pretty sure he wastes literally every one of his turn. So we have to go to Annette to get a chunk of the meteorite that fell down. Teleport. We have to do some shopping too for the Gygas fight. Which means one last trip to our good friend Shady ATM. Darkness. Oh! I should have gone straight down. Might have had it. Nah, that looked too far to the right, actually. Especially since Paula's a little bit behind her EXP chart at this point. Make sure to buy some extra super bombs for it. Because if things get rough, it's going to be her and Gygas one-on-one. She's going to be okay. I'm not worried about her dying. I am worried about her running out of psychic points and not being able to deal any damage. Get the rest of our cash and super. And I get 30. I have 30. Dang! I'm gonna be 30. Oh, teddy bear. Now, we need to head to Annette to get the chunk of the meteorite. Okay. I'm gonna have to hit this. There we go. Sometimes there's a mole up there that will block your teleport. As I was saying, we need to go to Annette to get the chunk of the meteorite, so we're gonna go to the Tenda Village and save the game here. Because right on the other side of the void of this phone is the Onett. We'll be on the Onett town map. I'm gonna go out of bounds. There's one more trip out of bounds after this one. We're gonna make our way over to it. We're gonna have a pretty good crack at sub 30. We really are. Gonna depend on damage rolls, I guess fight. There's Pokey there waiting for us to rescue him. Alright, we're ready to go away to the Gygas fight. Excuse me. Excuse me again. So we've just found out that we've teleported to the right place to fight Gygas, but not the right time. Bum bum bum. The time machine we used can't send us far enough back into the past to fight him. Time machine that we brought to us can, but in order to go that far back into the past, we have to all logic and ethics aside, put our soul into these robots, because living bodies, flesh cannot make the transport so far back into the past. Here I'm gonna turn around and save the game. the default option is repair your robots, which costs quite a bit of time. Sure, I button here. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Save the game. Reset, split. Our last trip out of bounds here. Hopefully. Trip out of bounds. Hopefully Gygus doesn't, full Gygus mode and just obliterate us from the timeline. Also, while you're in the middle of a stairs glitch, you cannot get into enemy encounters. Which is why, even though the switch has been turned on, I don't have to worry about it at that point, because I can just walk around on the stairs glitch all day at the end of the game. It's too fun. Alright, let's go. Here's evil Pokey. Let's go. Come on. Well, let's gotta get this PK shield up so we don't just get annihilated by all of Gygus' attacks. He uses Pizza Alpha, so everybody's gonna survive. Just barely in Paula's case. Good. Pokey doesn't deal any damage, so we got through the first turn, which is the most important turn to get through. Good, good, good. Now, it's very important that you use your items on the right target. If you deal any damage to Gygus, he reflects it back to you, and things go very bad very quickly. Alright, that's one hit on the shield. After two spells hit the shield, I want to cast it again. Who's gonna die? A little unfortunate, but there's nothing I can do about it. Gonna miss his damage in the second part of this fight. Nothing I can do about it, not gonna worry about it. Got through phase 1, that's the most important thing. But Paula, I want to heal Paula. I think Paula still got a bread roll. I'd like Paula to have a couple more. Gold egg, that'll work. No. That's unfortunate. Get this. There we go. Alright. So this is a situation I was a little worried about. Especially when Paula fell behind on EXP. It's just her and Gygus. And at this point, she's, more or less invincible. I'll talk about Gygus' attacks in a second. The problem is her damage output. I still have to deal X amount of damage. And Paula only has so many psychic points, which is why I give her so many super bombs. Gygus' 3 attacks here are, what are we doing? PK Flash is what that one was. PK Flash has a chance to one-hit kill basically everybody. But Paula's immune to that because she has the C pendant equipped. So I don't have to worry about that. Gygas can also use PK Lightning. I don't have to worry about that because the Franklin badge will reflect that. Deal damage to Gygas. So I'm actually kind of hoping I get a couple of casts of that. That won't make me too upset. I hit Pokey though. His last attack is some sort of I don't know what the elemental damage on it is, but it can solidify Paula, make her lose a turn basically. And the Seed Pendant also is going to block a lot of the damage on that. I don't have to worry about Paula taking too much damage. It's about dishing out the damage at this point. Now, once this, you see his smug little blue face on the screen. As long as Paula's not critically low on hit points, I can really take a breath here. Kind of relax a little bit. At this point, Paula's next to invincible. All you have to do is hit the pray command 9 times. One thing that will ruin my day is if Gygas, between now and the end of the fight, causes me to lose about 10 turns, whatever that ability is. Because eventually those 8 and 9 points of damage will add up to 88, obviously. Obviously, the more times you use that, the longer the fight is, just because But there's nothing I can do about that. I don't have to worry about damage rolls. Gotta hit prey. These guys are... This is the Runaway 5. It's a band that we're supposed to help out a couple of times during our adventure. Boom. Good. Didn't lose a turn anyway. Nice. Come on. Hey, you know what I just realized? I haven't had chat open this. Literally this entire run, I haven't had chat open. My bad. Ooh. Alright, Poos is what, 5? Poos is number 5. Not right, not right, not right, not right, not right, not right. 6. Wooda, wooda, wooda. Great. Wooda, 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 wooda. Wooda, wooda, wooda. 7? Oh yeah, definitely gonna be some. Definitely. This is so sad. They're praying for Ness's safety, because Paul is praying for help. Ness isn't even here. So sad. Eight. One more. We're gonna miss sub 120. That's alright. It's gonna be so close. Nope, not gonna get it. Look at that! Oh! So close. So close. Man! Man! Oh! So close. Almost had it. I'm gonna have to run that back on replay. Doggone it. So close.